Hey guys, what's up? It's Explosion99, and I'm back here with another map. This time, the map is, I think it's To Niflheim. T-O, Niflheim. By Quentinox _ And let's start things off at spawn, as we normally do. So this is spawn. Spawn. Unfortunately, this checkered pattern may pose a problem. I think just make it all lapis, including even back here and up here and all this stuff, so to prevent like ninjas from throwing ender pearls back here and camping back here, and even glitching up here and stuff like that. All that kind of dirty stuff. Anyways, you walk out of spawn. There's a nice little water puddle here for you to jump into. Unless you feel like you're ready to just hop down off to the side right here. On either side, actually. Because here, this one kind of gives you a bit more of a landing, etc. This, I don't know why it's stone. I think it should just be grass, full grass. It's kind of plain over here, though. Anyways, let's go to spawn. I mean the flag. So you spawn. I'd probably come down here to conserve time because all that swimming may cause a problem, but just anyways, walk around. So here is the flag room. Now first off, starting with the flag room, I think there's a little problem of engineer or necro camping anywhere in this here hallways. It could be even out here, anywhere pretty much, and or even on the other side right here too, anywhere out here. Out in front either. This could pose a problem. If you have like 3 engineers, 1 turret, 2 turret, 3 turret, then you're pretty much like stalemated the game. Now yeah, soldiers could probably still climb up here and run across the rooftops, but I mean, at what cost are they gonna want to go through all this trouble? So anyways, let's go back to the flag room. The flag room is a bit small, because I mean, the only bad thing about small flag rooms is that if you have like a pyro or a dwarf, they don't need a lot of space, which means like if you're a dwarf, probably camp back here because you'd be more or less safe because there's not a real back way in. But you know, a dwarf camp here, or if you're a pyro, even camp here, charge your bow. If someone comes by that's not a medic or level 5 dwarf, you shoot them insta kill them. That could pose a problem. But there's a second floor to the flag room. Now these are kind of like rafters. Kind of like them. But then again, you know, you have a soldier that comes down and he just plops right on top of the flag and he climbs up the ladder super fast. And even climb up here. There's a random ladder here. I think that's supposed to like sort of help the soldier, maybe. Anyway, you're up here. Nice little backing. I've never seen this in a map before. I think Desert Strike had something like this, but it wasn't quite as... It wasn't above the flag room, it was more behind it, and the flag room was above it. So that could pose a problem. Okay, this guy is randomly teleporting to me. And... Hold on a second, I gotta do this real fast. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. This guy interrupted me. Frickin' teleporters. They need someone to... Or they needed something to block them. Anyways, as I was saying, up here, I kind of like it. A cool, light, nice little tunnel. Goes all the way, though. All the way to right... Oh, there's a little exit right here. Exit right here. Another exit right here. As you can see. And it kind of goes onto this little staircase going up there, as well as back here. Now, the only problem that I actually see is that even though you have like spawn down here and stuff like that, if I were an enemy engineer, I'd put my turret set up right here, put like my teleporter right on top of this flag. So all soldiers had to do is just come down, come in here, and you know they'd still have like spawn prot, so no one could kill them. get in here, get the flag. No one could hit them because they have the spawn protection. Climb up here, and then go back to the teleport, or if they don't like teleporting, come over here, use this sponge, and as you can see, there's a problem. Under this stairs is a sponge, which means sponges have a weird physics because they can recognize slabs and stairs as well as like not full blocks. So that's why you're getting this launched up effect. On Skull Cove, I kind of covered this a little bit better, but it's still the same problem. Fix this, but this sponge will take you all the way out here to this little mini village. So anyways, try to make this less spawn protection. I'll go to this mountain later when I talk about more of the landscape and stuff like that. But I really do like the style of these houses. I really do. There's sponges here, so you know if you're just regular class, just run along here. Use these sponges. They take you to right here. Fall damage could pose a problem, so maybe make that less of a problem. Unless you can like take the fall damage of these trees and come down to this little bitty bridge. Now the bridge kind of separates a third of the map. This being a third, this main center piece, this is a third, and then you have the other side, and that's a third. But anyway, the river can kind of pose a problem by crossing it. I mean, not really. If you're good, you can just kind of go across. However, if you're not the best at parkour, you know, you'll just keep failing all the time. See, I can't even make this. Holy smokes! See, unless you can go like. I mean, it does allow you a couple ways to cross it, sort of at a better angle. But I mean, the bridge is just a really main one. There's two of them. Well, 2.5. I call this a half just because I don't think the water doesn't go all the way to the side of the map. It just ends right here. Yeah, it just ends right here. It's kind of like a world edit sphere, as well as most of this. Anyways, 2.5, 3/4 away across. I count this as a quarter just because of this little bit of land right here. You could allow someone to run right across the side of this map, no problem whatsoever. So you can just go all the way across here if you want. Not really a problem. Sort of like run along here. If you're a soldier, you can climb up here, or you can enter this little bitty entrance, climb up here, or if you want to even come down here gently, come down here. And then next thing you know, all you have to do is like 20 blocks away or so, you're at the flag. So yeah, not that hard. I mean, the trees could pose a problem because of soldier. The soldier could be very overpowered. However, I do kind of like these spruce trees because they provide some cover. But I mean, not enough cover to actually prevent stuff like headshots and crap like that. And they do kind of give soldiers a challenge because you have this little bitty topper, and you know they kind of have to like run along the top branch, so they kind of, it's hard for them, I guess, but I mean still easy for them. This marks the center point of the map. As I mean, separated in thirds, there's two main towers here. I kind of like these. I kind of don't. I think they're supposed to be archer outposts. I do kind of like this little ladder effect here. But the thing is, if you hit that sponge wrong, you're gonna hit that ladder. So I mean, you have to be like. Anyways, I do kind of like this spot. It limits archers a lot because this is a cobblestone wall. So as you can see, I can't even get out here. As for getting down, there's not really any safe way to get down. I mean, you can't like catch the water at all. So then the water is really pointless. You just have to like sort of climb up the ladder, you know, shift on your way down, and you have to take fall damage, and that won't be fun. And it is a little hard to get in here. I'd probably make like a roof entrance or something like that, so this way you could kill any archers in here. Unless you're like, I mean, that's just if you're a soldier or ninja even. But archer could be very overpowered in these little things, but they do have limited range. Now, I think I covered most anesthetics. Anyways, let's go inside the houses. Inside the house is completely hollow. Not much detail. In fact, no detail at all. You do have the detail up here. Wait, is this... For some reason this is orange when that's red. Maybe make this red too. So that's a flaw. But I mean, let's say I had the flag, someone wanted to be an engineer in camp. Put your turret right there. Put your cake in the rafters here, and put like a teleporter closer to the flag right there. Guess who can't get killed? This guy. Because I mean, there's not really any other way in this house, or any other house for a matter of fact. This one does have a bit of a table, kind of like these chair designs. But I mean, then again, this one doesn't have any rafters, so it won't be that big of a problem. But this other two actually, because this one is the same problem. So take away these rafters and add a second entrance in here. So this way people can't get, or you can at least recap that if someone's camping in there. Let's go into the landscape. There's a cool little water fountain here. Kind of suits the theme. But this, not bad. I've seen worse. There's another archer tower right here. It kind of follows the same theme as the ones over there. I think it is the same one. Yes, I'm pretty sure it's the same one. Anyways, as you can see, same sort of style. Here's the water going. You get launched up. There's ladder. Not really anything different there. As far as, okay, now let's move on to landscape. Put everything aside. Landscape, okay? It's pretty obvious to tell what he used. I mean, I can tell that this is a sphere. Like, this is a roll edit sphere. This is a roll edit sphere. This is a roll edit sphere. This one is. And you can kind of tell by these two blocks like this. I don't really like it like that. It looks poorly made like that. So I know it's kind of hard to do terrain with world edit, but I mean, at least put some effort into edit rather than just spawning a bunch of circles. I mean, like look at this one. I could easily camp as like a class right here, even though you can get killed by an archer, but you can still camp. As well as here, I'd probably even camp right here, limit the archers, or right here even. Anyway, there's a lot of camping spots. You can tell that this was all made with world edit by the spheres and stuff like that. However, up here where all the snow is, it kind of gets better. Matter of fact, it does get better because it doesn't like that. But let's move on to the back, shall we? This corner is okay, and then you hit rock bottom. Boom. What the heck is this? This makes me want to cry. Because, I can become a soldier, get the flag, and what the heck's even in there? That's just a little empty spot in there, but I mean, you could switch to engineer and come camp right here and next thing you know, the game's gonna delay out for 20 minutes, and it's not gonna be fun at all. There is a way to get back here, and it's through this little bitty entrance right here. Whether this was intentional or not, I don't like it. I think the entire back is crappy. I mean, at least you could have done is like, if you couldn't have put like spheres here, at least invert it. So like, it's hard to explain, but like, you have this comes down for a little bit, then you go in a couple blocks, and then you just keep going down like a staircase pattern to prevent this sort of stuff. This side, it's also pretty bad, as you can see. You could camp right here, no one can get you. Maybe an assassin, if you're smart enough, you just kind of like drop down here and one-shot them. A lot of spots where you can camp. This is a big problem. Fix this. I could go on for like 30 minutes on why this is bad, but I'm not. I want to make this as short as possible. So essentially, generation or terraforming increase that level. I mean, lag spikes now. Holy smokes. Anyway, let's move on to rating now. The idea, I like it. I haven't seen this type of CTF map ever. It's always been the same old stone brick, cobblestone sort of stuff, but this gives it like a whole new meaning, because you're using like wood, cobblestone, stone brick. You're combining all the blocks that makes a CTF map look crappy, and you made it look good. Especially with this dark oak wood. I really do like that. Now there are a couple lighting glitches that I know you can't fix, but I mean, if this wasn't here, it would look spectacular. This bridge, I kind of don't like how there's a curve in it. 2 curves in it actually, because it kind of forms like an S. Don't like that. Not a big fan of that. The idea, I give him a 1. Hands down a 1. I haven't seen this type of map before. I've never seen this type of building before. Well, actually, at least in CTF maps, I have seen people do this sort of stair effect to create like medieval or even like German, I would say. Yeah, German rooftoppers, stuff like that. As well as this sort of cobblestone lane, fences here. As for the spawn, change up the spawn. Excuse me. Idea, give him a 1. Blocks used. He used all the crappy blocks and made it look spectacular. I'm sorry, my voice is a little hoarse. I am almost losing my voice. This was on my map review list, and I never got around to it. But blocks used, hands down a 1. Now, yeah, you do have the grass and the stone and all that stuff, but I mean, if you want it to look realistic, you can't get around the stone and the grass. But I mean, as far as structural wise, I do like this. This dark oak wood ties this entire theme together. That's what makes this map this map. Now you do have a couple things here. The trees, I guess it's okay if you want like a cold German setting, like almost in like winter. So blocks used, hands down a 1. Accessibility, spawn, you kind of get out, you just jump into water. This kind of can delay you, but you can always just come around here and come through here. Accessibility, I'd give him a 1 as far as all the structure goes. I mean, you do have sort of like side paths in order to get up here, but that can pose a problem, because if you have an engineer camping up here, how are you going to get him down? So you might have to make a lot of these blocks, the stone brick monster eggs, to prevent engineers and necros from camping up there. You can easily get to the flag room. However, I don't think that you can abuse spawn protection, so I don't think that's a problem. Back all the way here, behind this part. This part is going to make it drop down from an accessibility from 1 to a half. Just because, I mean, if you're a soldier, you know, you could probably camp with a medic somewhere, just block you and the medic in one little capsule, and no one can get you. So this whole entire back half poses a problem. That's the only reason why I have to drop you down from a 1 in accessibility to a half. That's the only reason why. Fix that, and I'd change my mind. I'd have second thoughts. On to flaws and layout. No, flow and layout. I'm sorry. No, that's the next one. The overall layout, I kind of do like it. I do kind of like how this prevents like an overhang, a little K like this. However, this whole terrain generation could be better. Do a better job terraforming. If you have to destroy it so it doesn't look like that. Use a variety of spheres. On the layout, I do like it. However, this 3.5 crossing, I don't like that. That little spot right there. It may at least like add another bridge right here. So it's like that. So flow and layout, I'd probably give him a half. Just the overall terraforming, it's not really the best. I've seen better in world edited maps. Like this, you can tell that these are just a bunch of spheres. Like that, he did do a good job trying to cover it up with the grass on top. But I know it's kind of hard to do that. But I mean, then again, if you have never seen a world edit sphere, it won't be a problem. So flow and layout, I'd give him a half, just because of terrain generation. no, not generation, terraformation, stuff like that. Fix this sort of world edit spheres, make it look better. So flow layout, half point, class bias. I see soldier being the ultimate class in this map. It might be harder for all other classes to cap, but that's just because this map is more horizontal than vertical. So I could get the map as a soldier, come out here, immediately climb this up because it's it's the fastest way to get high. And no, not drugs. That was not a drugs reference, but to get above where like a pyro or assassin could be, you jump across here. Use this. I don't know if that's supposed to be a flaw or something like that, but anyways, use this sponge to get over this house, and essentially just do all that stuff. I can also see engineer and necro being very overpowered in this map, because you could put like a turret right outside here, as well as these other three entrances, and next thing you know, no one can really get in except the top. But then again, who's stopping an engineer from camping up here and preventing any soldiers from around here to actually get in here and get the flag? So that can pose a problem. I mean, I guess you could like enter pearl in here, but I mean, good luck trying to do that. So class bias, half point, just because of the overall engineer and necro flaws, and they're very overpowered here. Yeah, you gotta use stone brick monster eggs to expand the flag room, because this will not allow engineers or necros to place their structures anywhere. So I'd probably at least expand it out to right here and maybe a little area around here, just so that they can't place it. So class bias, half point. I just explained why. Flaws. Back there, that's a big flaw. I'm not even going to talk about that. I'm speechless for that sort of how that was made. Flaws, I guess kind of train flaws. That's not that bad though. So out of flaws, I'm sorry, but this is going to dupe your score a lot. 0. That back portion, I can't stand maps that do this sort of stuff. Your map is absolutely beautiful. I love it, but this back half is like back infection. It's like something is just eating away this mountain, and it's just horrible. And I'm like burning my voice out on saying all this, but I mean, for flaws, 0. Holy smokes, dude. The least you could have done is at least like made this like made it come up to like right here at least, and have it be like a complete flat area. This sponge right here, this is a flaw that people should definitely look out for when making a map. This right here is not right here, but this one right here, it will launch you. So say you're trying to like evade, like let's say you're a soldier and you're trying to like evade recoverers, you could easily psych them out by just going boom. The next thing you know, they run across going, what? And stuff like that. So fix that. At least like expand this out, make this wood too. So place wood here, and then expand this out like this. Make that a little bit bearable. Make this grass down here. I don't like how this is all stone. You can easily camp back here. No one can get you. So add more detail in here. So flaws, 0. Originality, hands down, slap the table, a 1. I have not seen a CTF map this detailed with its buildings. I mean, yeah, you do have most modern structures, but I mean, for this being making it look old, like an old German-ish place, holy smokes, this is amazing. I kind of want to copy this building style, but I'm not, because I'm not that kind of asshole. Pardon my French. But anyways, I do love this. I mean, he does overuse the trapdoors a little bit, but it provides an excellent amount of detail. And I am hitting lag spikes again. fix the orange. I don't know if this is supposed to be like a backup color, but I mean, you can kind of confuse people with this whole red-orange deal. You'd be like, huh? I thought it was just red and blue, and next thing you know, you're throwing all these other colors at him, and that could be a problem. So originality 1. This is probably the best aesthetics map I've seen, other than the terraformation. Holy smokes, my computer is crapping now. Anyways, I'll end the video here. If you like the map, please like the video. This will show the map maker that you love his map, and that essentially that you want it to be added into the CTF map rotation, just as it is. If you dislike it, if you think it needs more improvement. And thanks for watching. This has been Explosion 99. This is the map To Niflheim by Knox. And do a quick little cinematic pan. There you go. A little bit fast. Anyways, thanks for watching, and bye.